guys. Welcome to another episode of Around the Table GTA. This year we are trying to be more consistent, so this season will be pretty good. It's the near the end of the season, but I was talking to someone and I wanted to be ultra ambitious this year with the podcast. So I am planning to do 52 episodes minimum, right? So that's basically one every week of the year. So this would be number two, but I guess I have to double up because I did miss a week, or maybe I missed 2 weeks. Either way, I'm pushing myself to be consistent and intentional, like I've mentioned, whether in person or in the podcast. That's what the mindset is for this year. This episode is going to be about prepping for the best and just keeping your mindset positive. I'm going to relay some real life experiences and just add on to it for the message of this video. And hopefully, it inspires you to prep for the best and keep a positive mindset, especially since we are in the colder months. This month is high on people not wanting to carry on with life. So, if you are dealing with anything, just remember it might just be seasonable depression, and there's ways to work around that. There's someone who cares about you, and even if you don't think so, if you are gone, a lot of people would probably show up for your funeral. You don't know how much people care about you until you leave. Recently, I've had friends and people close to me dealing with an avalanche of bad things. I won't talk about all of the details or even the details at all, but the point is that there are times in our life where we learn to overcome things, and it's not really in our control when life will be best or worst, right? But when we are living life in a balanced manner or in a time of luck, I think it's good to spread that joy, spread that happiness where you can, and having that controlled. This Friday, the Pokemon Prismatic Evolutions dropped, and these things were sold out almost instantly. And for me, I did pre-order, but I also wanted to pull more packs, which I'm going to be actually doing an unboxing episode or video. So just remember, guys, there's going to be some random or seemingly random stuff on the podcast channel. But I've said that, and I've hinted that since probably season two, that I might have other content. And as my life evolves and as I add different things into my life, the channel will grow into something bigger than just talking about these things. I might do food reviews, stuff like that. I like eating. I'm a foodie, and I also just like randomly doing things. So you guys could jump into Tails Adventures. The people who have me on Instagram understand the joke. Well, it's a double entendre, maybe even a triple entendre if you know all of the details, but you probably don't. Either way, yeah, I was able to find some stuff even though I went looking midday because I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna test my luck, and I've been pushing my luck since Friday. Right now, as I'm shooting, it's Sunday. I've put a little bit more effort in work in the sense that I'm a lot more willing to help just because I've been changing my mindset where despite feeling overlooked, I want to show more, and sometimes that doesn't really work. You put more effort in, it doesn't matter because you're seen a certain way. But for me, it's more of a discipline thing, and also using some tactics and other tips that I've learned from people who have gone and come, or come and gone, or I've networked with recently to see what I could do. But for me, this year, especially at work, has been good. I've been doing everything that I've wanted, and I've never been as relaxed as now in a very long time. So it's great. So I'm mentally prepping for the best. When I come into work, I exude happiness, even if I know it's going to be a challenging day, or I know that my coworker called in, so just managing everybody is going to be rougher. It's knowing that I could already handle what's going to come, and knowing my leadership style, despite me being overwhelmed potentially or things going wrong, my team is going to work with me because I give them that support, and they're going to support me when I need it the most as well. So, going back to just dealing with things, we need to know who we could reach out to when we need that support, or what we should do if we need support, or even being able to realize I'm in a situation where I need support, or I'm not working my best. Recently, I've been playing League of Legends, and like I said, it's been a year and a bit now. It's been basically like a year and a couple weeks, and I've noticed that I've been tilting. If you don't know what tilting is, it's when you do poorly, and then because you're frustrated from doing poorly, you keep spiraling into a worse position, right? So for me, what I ended up doing was playing a little bit less, as well as changing the roles. There's multiple roles in the game. I don't want to explain too much, because if you're not playing, or if you played and you stopped, good for you. I don't want you to get back into it. It's not the best, but it is also the best at times as well. So it's one of the few competitive things that I do. I like competitive stuff, but that's for another episode. Anyways, so I know that I'm a versatile player, so I just changed my role from mid to jungle. Why? Because I've just been outplayed and been playing poorly, where it's affecting me and it's affecting my team, and it's not letting me enjoy the game as much, and it's making me want to play more, and it's not helping me in general. So I just pivoted to somewhere where I know I could potentially do better, or I might be doing better at this moment, and it's already changed the impact of my playstyle, as well as the results of my games. I'm doing overall better. Um, I'm noticing where I'm falling behind when I don't do better, and I'm generally enjoying the game more. And I'm playing less because I'm winning, and I'm like, you know what? Let me slow down, right? We're gonna mix this episode, having prepping for the best, and also kind of like delaying gratification. Let's get into that. Um, but yeah, prepping for the best, and even being able to overcome stuff. Like I said, one of my coworkers has been dealing with some stuff, so we're supposed to go bowling today, and they didn't end up showing up. And I also invited someone, and I paid for them to come to the event, and they didn't show up, right? But I didn't really make that bother me too much. I was still riding the high of finding something on Friday that was very limited, and I started playing bowling, and it's a huge group from work, so I've been basically in the presence of work for 7 days in a row now. It's gonna continue up to 13 unless I call in, which I don't plan to. But the bowling event was nice, and we had a 50-50 draw, and I won twice with minimum tickets. I only spent $5 in tickets. I won half the pot, and I won a prize. And riding the high off of that, I gave someone a prize, because why not, right? Sometimes when you're blessed, you gotta send it over to other people, and just spread the joy. When you can spread joy, I think you should try to spread it, right? Obviously, sometimes you gotta tone it down, right? If you've seen my episode, Toxic Positivity, you'll understand why. Plus, not everybody can be on the same energy wave as you too, especially if you're in a really good mood or if you're in a really bad mood. Not everybody can connect that quickly, right? That's why we have extroverts, that's why we have introverts, that's why we have people in the middle, and the spectrum of understanding emotion is pretty large, right? So that's why sometimes we have to tone it down. But either way, I've had a very short weekend, and it's going back to delaying gratification where it's just like, damn, I've only had 24 hours. What can I do in this 24 hours? Can I creep a bit into the next 24 hours like what I'm doing right now, where I know that I'm going to stay up late anyways? Let's pump out an episode, or let's pump up a few episodes, or let's start brainstorming more episodes. And I've been really keeping myself busy getting just getting involved in things and also stepping back. I guess that's because I've had less stress at work, but I'm used to having a certain level of stress on my plate, so I've been adding stuff onto my plate, and that's something where you have to prep for the best. Where am I mentally aware of what I'm doing, and is what I'm doing causing a problem in the long run, right? And that's something I've been kind of contemplating since I've had more time outside and within work. Um, yeah, another thing too with delaying gratification, I've changed up my diet a bit, mainly because I need to challenge myself, especially if I want to see results, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, whether it's spiritually. Just pushing yourself to certain limits can help you change and grow. Like I said earlier, it's some of the hardest times, right? It gets cold, people get seasonal depression. I used to have a lot of seasonal depression, but I think that was a mix of being on nights as well. I haven't had it really hit me in years now, right? But I think it's also a change of patterns and understanding that I'm not going to have enough energy or the same amount of energy as in the summertime, which is my favorite season. So, how am I going to battle these times, right? Will I spend more time with my friends, whether in person or online? Will I get more sleep so I'm not thinking about the cold? Will I bundle up? Will I use my blue light thing, or not blue light, I think it's red light, whatever? There's a light that helps with your mood in the winter. Will I use that to help boost myself up? And that's all going back to prepping for the best, where you know this has been a problem in the past. How can I combat that? And in the point of delaying gratification, where how could I limit certain things so that when I actually take the time to enjoy it, I feel more joy than instant joy. I did an example of that recently where when we went to go search for some stuff, I got a bunch of food, like a lot of food that I like. So I got a banh mi, I got some sushi, and I knew that work was gonna get chicken noodle soup. So I bought all of that food. I didn't eat anything, and then I waited until lunchtime, and I got my chicken noodle soup, and I had my banh mi with it. I had sushi as well, but I was thinking I could eat all of this food now, or I could save the sushi for end of work. And then I just stopped and thought about it, where I'm like, wouldn't it be awesome just eating sushi right after work? It'd be great because like my work time is odd, right? So I can't actually go out for sushi after work because most of the places would be closed. So I just kept that idea in my head and kept the food to the side. And when work was over, I had my sushi, and I was extra happy because work was fun. It wasn't too crazy. Everything got done. No issues. And then I got to enjoy myself with sushi, knowing that the following day I'd be playing bowling. So I've just been living life despite being in winter. I usually don't do this much in winter, and I remembered I was like, the next time I get into a relationship, I need to find a person who likes the cold in winter so that it'll push me to be stronger in the wintertime and help me develop different habits to just combat seasonal depression, or even changing my view on the colder months, right? Sometimes when you're involved with people, or even if you change your click up, it makes you more aware and apparent of certain things, whether it's for good or for ill. It's an experience, right? But we obviously want to do more good for ourselves than not. So the best thing to do is prep for the best to push yourself forward. So another thing that I've been doing or planning to do is just be offline a little bit more, right? And also limit my stuff, right? Like I said, games, spending less time, phone. Honestly, I'm ready to just break it or just remove a lot of social media from it, just because I've noticed how much time I'm wasting on different things, and it's just like, why am I doing this? Sometimes you gotta stop and think about, like, why are you doing this? And it's good, right? Especially since, like I said, I've been doing the whole 6 days thing. So every time I have one day off, I have to really think, what can I do today? Because I'm just gonna go back into the work rat race. What can I do in this time? What can I do before and after work with that time that I have? Especially since I'm not a person who has kids yet, right? I won't be able to do these things, and these are the small things that people complain about every single day, or they say that they miss, or they can't wait for when their kids get older, and that's a long time if you really think about it. So, what can I do to maximize my life without burning myself out, as well as delaying gratification, so that my mental levels of enjoyment are evened out, right? I've been doing a lot of kind of trying, like, dopamine cleansing, right? Like I said, that's by sleeping a little bit more. This year, I think I've slept more this month than most months last year outside of like vacation. But I've been steadily increasing my sleep just to see how much more it benefits for me. And yeah, I'm not a person who just wants to sleep all the time, but I don't know if it's age or if it's the gym that's making me want to sleep more. But either way, I've noticed the difference, and it's something that I could try to work in, especially since if I'm cutting time on social media, doom scrolling, I could be active in my sleep, where I don't know, maybe I'll dream more. I have been dreaming more recently, but that's something that we can't really control, or at least I think we can't control. But anyways, hopefully everybody listening to this is prepping for the best. And if you can't, do what you can to delay the gratification so that you're in a better mindset, so that you can actually prep for the best and get to where you want to get to. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully, I come up with a decent topic. There's going to be at least 52 more. Take care.